Hello guys, welcome to my Plus Size Grandma reality show podcast. It's Miss Coco. Let me share this right quick. I am on my way, guys, to an appointment that was supposed to happen like almost 9 months ago. Almost 9 months ago? Yep. Give me a second, y'all. Another hot day is all I know. September brought that heat, didn't it? I thought August was something, but it seems like September trying to take over August. Now is the time, y'all, that they got all these county fairs and stuff going on. I gotta find where they at. I would love to go to at least one. The one I usually enjoy going to is the Moore County Fair. Don't ask me why, I just do. Alright, y'all, so let's ride and drive. Yeah. I love going to the Moore County Fair because it's spacious. Appointment that I have today. And preferably everything will go all well. Not sure. Yesterday wasn't a bad appointment. It's just that people want to play my emotions. They want to play on me like that. But I know exactly what happened. That woman, she hurt my arm taking my blood. And so after she hurt me, I didn't want her working on me. She thought she was going to work on... Oh, look at them buzzards. Who they be? After she hurt my arm, she wanted to continue working on me and didn't seem like she was sorry about it. It was like she had this grin on her face like, I got her. Yeah, I got her. And I was like, no, I don't want to deal with that. Nope. So, I asked for another nurse to come in there because that woman hurt me. I don't know how today is going to go. Preferably, I'm speaking all good things for today. I pray all good things happen for today because, to be honest, doing people like this and you working in healthcare is just really demeaning. It really does not serve the purpose of caring for somebody's health. Not only are you making the establishment you work for look bad, but it shows the type of person you are. Like if I was that nurse's child or husband, I'd be scared of her. Ain't no telling what she'd do. Some women are psychos. Some of the best psychos are disguised as health workers and social workers and all that kind of stuff. They really are. So, I'm going up here to this appointment and hopefully things will go well. But what I want to talk about just a little bit as I'm driving is to rise above it, get in front of it. And what I'm talking about is any traumas or any situations that you know is holding you back from life. I want you to get in front of it. Get in front of it, because if you don't get in front of it and get a grasp on it and put it in its rightful place, then you are going to be the one that's going to be held back from it. And I learned that the hard way, that you can't live life stuck in a bubble. You can't live life stuck in your trauma or a bad situation that happened to you in the 80s or 90s. Even if you stay there one day, it takes a lot away from you. If you stay there 2 days, it takes even more from you. If you stay there longer than that, now you're pushing it. So you have to find a way to get in front of it. And the way that I found to get in front of it is by doing things for others. Sometimes that means for me, posting stuff on Facebook that can encourage somebody, or getting on this podcast talking. This podcast isn't just for me. It gives life to others too, So you find something to do for others, and then you start thinking of the things that you're grateful for. That's how you start getting in front of it. Start thinking of the things that you want to do, and then go out there and attempt to do these things. If you can't do it all the way, at least you can attempt to do it. And that's how you want to get ahead of it. Now that trauma, like I was saying yesterday, that trauma is always going to be in the subconscious mind. But you control the present mind, so you can jump in front of it even if it's coming from the subconscious mind. Not telling you it's easy or going to be easy to do, but what I'm saying is if you don't do something, you'll lose parts of life. And it's easier said than done, because when a narcissist has turned your whole world around. Narcissists create their own reality, and they form a plan against you based on everything that they have observed from you. Their first stages of getting back at you is to love you. Okay? It's not a real love, but it's their kind of love, the narcissistic love bomb. So what they do is they love you first. They love the heck out of you too. And they make you feel so special. It don't gotta be necessarily romantic, y'all. It could be like somebody admiring your work, over admiring your work. Always saying, oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at that. I wish I could do that. But they're not lying. They really do wish they could do what you do. They really do wish that they could talk the way you talk. And because they can't, the more they hate you. The more they hate you. I was telling somebody the other day, you know what? Stop trying to change them. Stop trying to fix them. Save your prayers for people who need it. People who don't have a reprobated mind. Because when you go out here and you try to reason with somebody with a reprobated mind, you already done lost that battle. You done lost that battle, because if God rejected them and God gave them up, who are you to go behind God's back and try to revive them? The Savior already did. Jesus did what he was supposed to do. Don't be out here trying to revive these folks that God done gave up. And you can tell the ones that he has gave up. They don't change for nothing. God's people carry light. Not light in disguise. They have actual light. You can tell when you're talking to some of God's people, because you feel light in the heart. You feel that security of the Holy Spirit that they have. Something about them is going to be different from what you see with everybody else. And listen, it's some people, I'm going to tell you, some narcissists are so good. These are the covert ones. They disguise every bit of who they are. They are so nice in public. They're the nicest people you ever want to know. But at home, they are a total junkie person. They're a total menace to society. They mean to their family members. They just nasty. Okay? So don't be going by people how they look and stuff, because that look gonna fool you. You better let discernment lead you. That's why you gotta get in front of it, because if you don't get in front of situations that you have went through in the past, then discernment can't lead. Your pain is leading. I said on a post yesterday that I had to step in front of my pain, and I did. As much as I hurt, I found myself, I know I cried probably 4 days this week that I have cried of some painful stuff. Have every right to be crying. Have every right to feel bad. Have every right to be mad, angry, to want to do something, to want to, speak my mind, speak my truth. I have every right to do that. But if I'm doing that outside of the will of God, then I don't have any backup. I don't have any strength on my own. So I have to step in front of my pain and say, listen, girl, yes, this stuff is real, but right now, that's not your call right now. You just have to hang tight, give God time to do what he's got to do. And you'll know when God releases you to say things and do things. You'll know, because you'll have the strength to do it. Because we can't do nothing in our own weakness. We can't do nothing in our own strengths. It's only through him that we can do something. So step in front of that pain. Step in front of it. How you step in front of it again is you get up and you just start living life. Don't act as if nothing happened. Know that something happened, but you've already overcome it. We overcome the world the same way Jesus overcame the world. We have overcome the world too, because he overcome the world. That's why we overcome it. Excuse me for coughing, y'all. I went to the doctor yesterday and they said I got bronchitis. But even with bronchitis, I have to step in front of stuff. I can't let this bronchitis wear me down. So I'm back working out and stuff. I'm stepping in front of the pain, in front of the emotional pain, the physical sickness, the mindset. I mean, changing your mindset is not nothing easy. My mindset can go from I'm this active person and all these ideas to doing absolutely nothing. But I want to give God thanks for what I have done so far. And I am excited about what's to come. And I can't do that stuck back in what happened to me yesterday or a week ago or 3 weeks ago. Now, there's going to be times when God do have you study the plan. He'll have you study the playing field. The same way coaches do. Because this is how you're going to coach yourself through certain things in your life. And not everybody is a coach. I understand that. But those of you who do have that gift to coach and teach and to self-heal with God, those of you that are like me, you have what it takes to rise above it, to step in front of it. Because God is giving you all these gifts, and they're not just for others, but they're for you too. Take the gift, use it to minister on yourself. David had to minister on himself. He had to encourage himself. So that's the same thing that you need to do, is sometimes minister on yourself, because sometimes people don't understand where you're coming from. You step in front of it. Step in front of the pain and start ministering to yourself. And sometimes the reason why people feel bad is because they don't understand why or what they're going through. I know I was like that. I just didn't understand it, what I was going through. I didn't understand why I was going through certain things. And still don't understand it. But I stepped in front of the why. I chose, instead of, just pick a choice. If you want to know why, keep running around. You're going to be like those children of Israel, just going in circles. So instead of choosing the why, because you do have a choice, instead of choosing the why, I chose the knowledge of what's going on. And so I started studying, and once I started studying, it still leads back to God. I don't care what you're going through. It still leads back to you got to wait on God. It doesn't matter. You got to wait on God. And so that's how I was able to step in front of it, get those scriptures. Even if you don't know but one scripture, that one scripture may carry you until your mind can process more. Now, I've had to let people go in my process. I don't know what you got to do in yours, but I know I've had to let people go. I've had to accept people as for who they really are. Because a lot of people that's involved in your trauma or that's causing you issues, you already knew they won't no good to start with. It just hurts each time because we put this thing in our head that this person, they ain't gonna do it again, or if we have a sad story or sad something happening to us that, hopefully this time they feel sorry for us. And that's simply not the case. They're not gonna feel sorry for you. Narcissists don't feel sorry for people. They don't pity people. They want people to feel sorry for them. So you stealing their show. When you act with the pity parties and stuff, you making them even more madder because now you stealing from them. They want everything to be on them. The pity, the sadness, the hate, the love. They want it all. They don't want you to have anything. And I know that term narcissist is really threw around. And I'm going to tell you something. Not everybody is a narcissist that looks like a narcissist. That's why it's so important to discern. These narcissists are people who they can't change. They don't, because they already put it in them that this is the personality that I'm going to have. Despite what God can do, that's who they are now. I be seeing, and I'm going to tell you something, it could be big families of them. Not all of them may be narcissists, but a lot of them carry that trait. And they act just like the grand narcissist that's in their family. And there are several grand narcissists in families. And I'm talking about these people are psychopaths. They live off of others' pain. If they don't see pain inflicted on somebody, then if they don't see that pain, they don't get the fuel they need. That's the best way I can put it. Because they need pain, they need to see somebody's pain in order to fuel themselves, because then they're like, I feel so much better now. See what they going through? That's what they get. That's what they deserve. They shouldn't have messed with me. I told you I would do it. Don't give them the satisfaction, because that's what they're sitting back saying and thinking in their head, that they've won the battle, not realizing that God already knows the expected end of the battle, and they don't come out on top. And if you don't know who God is, then you don't know that they don't come out on top. I don't have to see the fall of the narcissist before I believe that they're not going to come out on top. Women and men that have been victims of these narcissistic, demonic people, some of them didn't live through their traumas. But you know what? Somebody came right back along and made that narcissist's life a living hell. They might be still living, but they're not in peace. They don't have peace of mind. They don't have peace of security. They don't have no self-esteem. Their self-esteem is still low. Because that's what narcissists have, low self-esteem. That's why they got to come at you. Because they want to take yours away too. Because guess what? You are above it. You were born above it. And you can rise above anything that happens to you. Once you get a grasp of what you're going through, and you know, I would say once you get a grasp of who God is, you got to have some faith to move that mountain, because you just can't do it on your own. You need the faith in God to move the mountain. And that's what I'm thankful for, is having the faith in God that I have to still show up despite what happens to me, despite who laughs in my face, who picks or who tries to manipulate me or cause problems in my life. I still have God. I have sat around family members that were just happy that I was going through a hard time. They were happy that people were doing things to me, but then turned around and it started happening to them, and it wasn't so funny. Whatever you do to me or somebody else that hasn't done anything to you, it's already done to you. It's already done. Ooh, them some pretty elephant ears. So if somebody's doing something to you intentionally, just know it's already done to them. I'm going to give you a good example of this. I know this man, he was narcissistic bad. He beat his children. He beat his wife all the time, just always constantly putting them down. One day he ups and finds this woman that he's been cheating on with his wife with, which is basically his, in the triangle, because narcissists love the triangle. They love to triangulate. And so he's cheating on this woman with his wife, and he decides this is the one. I'm going to leave my wife. I'm going to divorce my wife, and this is the one I'm going to get with. And what happens is, oh Lord, the parking is so packed here today. What happens is he gets with this woman. Oh man, I don't think I'm going to have nowhere to park. Ooh, I don't think I'm having nowhere to park. But listen though, what happens is he gets with this woman, and he thinks he got it made because he done did all this stuff to his wife and stuff, right? And come to find out, he did all that stuff to her, but he didn't hurt nobody but himself. He hurt himself when he left his wife. Y'all, I'm gonna have to tell this story as soon as I get parked. Okay. I feel like I'm on something wrong. Okay, give me a second, y'all. I don't think I can get in here. Darn it. Okay, y'all. I'm going to finish telling the story as soon as I park. I'm where I need to be, but the parking is like crazy. Let's see if I can get in here. Come on, girl. You can do it. I've never seen so many people. We just gonna back in here. Sure is, yes. And I did that thing, y'all. I'm doing this parking. Okay, I'm in here. I had to back in to get it right, get it tight, but it's in here. Okay, so now let me finish telling y'all the story, and then I got to go in here to my appointment. Okay, so this narcissist that I know, this is a real life story of a narcissist. He had about 7 children, 7 children by this one woman. He was married to her for over 20-some, he was married to her over 40-some years. Over 40-some years he was married to that woman. The whole time he beat, insulted, and hurt his kids. He hurt his kids, disabled some of them, and he hurt his wife, beat her to the point where she couldn't do anything, and he just really broke her. And then he started cheating on her with this woman, a younger woman. The woman was much prettier and had a lot more going on for herself. And he started cheating, and when the wife found out, she became very sick because she was just in love with him, that she could not detach away from that love. And so when he left her for that woman, she went crazy. She went crazy because she didn't have her own identity in the relationship. So you could be married and you could be as one, but still God calls for us to have a soul, a spirit. And that spirit belongs to us. And so she didn't have that. She didn't have that identity like that on her own. And so what ended up happening was she got sick, and she ended up with a lot of diseases and stuff, and just all kind of sickness, and still had wounds from when he beat her 40 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, because the whole relationship, that man beat her and verbally bruised her. But he got with this young pretty thing. Guess what happened? He got with this young pretty thing, and she took him down. He left his wife for her. She took him down. Now he looked the mess. Now he's the mess that he was trying to, throw off on her. Now he looks the mess. So what am I saying by this? I'm saying that what go around do come around. You just don't know how it's going to come back around to you. That man left his good thing for a hood thing, and now that hood thing got him sick looking. He don't look as healthy as he used to look. He old now, and he basically just to see an older man trying to keep up with a younger woman. You know how that is. You can tell he's struggling to maintain that stamina that he once had, and he just suffering from it. He's suffering from it because this young woman, she going doing what she want to do. He can't keep up with her because now he done got older. So that's sometimes how things come back around. Is he still a narcissist? He's still a narcissist, but he's an undercover narcissist now. Now he's a covert narcissist. He don't do things flat out like he was doing with his wife, but he does it in a sneaky way now. Okay? So that's just a little bit of, what you go through when you're dealing with these type of people. It's just something. It's just something that you really have to stay focused. Stay focused on God. Don't let nobody move you. Don't let nobody shake your faith in God. Because once they start shaking your faith in God, they got you. Alright, y'all. So, peace, love, and happiness. I got to get on in here and check in and stuff. I hope I'm at the right place, first of all. Let me see something. Yeah, I got to get in here, check in, and prepare for whatever's going to be for today. I pray all goes good. And I'm going in here with positive thoughts, with a positive outlook on today, knowing that God is going to work it out for me. That's what I'm going for. All right, so peace, love, and happiness.